everybody, it's me, Barbie, and I am back for a regular Flosstube video this time, not a new release video. So if you saw my new release video, thank you for watching. I do want to start out with talking a little bit about Needlework Galleria that was a couple weeks ago. It went so well. I was really nervous about this one because it was going to be my first time completely going in solo, knowingly going in solo. I did end up being on my own last year, but that was because of unforeseen circumstances. And I ended up even being there completely alone. I didn't have any family there to help me or anything like that. So I was a little nervous, I'll admit it. I also was releasing 3 new designs, one of them being an exclusive kit, and you never know how things are gonna go. I never really truly feel like, I think everyone's gonna love this, or I think everyone's gonna hate it, or I don't know. But you guys just totally blew me away. Everyone that stopped by was so kind and so patient, and I think everyone had a really great time that was there. You guys bought all my kits, which just blew my mind. So thank you everybody that came into my room, even if you just came in to say hi. It was so great seeing so many stitchers and people being out and happy and just enjoying life. So thank you, thank you. The 2 new releases that I do have right now are now in my Etsy shop as a PDF. I am transitioning my shop all to just PDFs, not printed patterns. I think there are a few still in the shop, but I just have them up there, and like when they expire, then they're not renewing. There are a lot of printed patterns in my mega sale items section that are things that I feel like I have a little too many of, and I'm trying to clear some space out. So there's some pretty good deals in there if you want to check it out. I'll go ahead and pop on the screen here my 2 new releases that are now in the Etsy shop, and it is Harper's Forest, which you guys are absolutely loving, and I don't blame you because I love it too. And then the other one is Highland Woods, which I think once everyone gets the fall mojo out of the way, that you guys are going to start stitching this one up like crazy too, because I know a lot of you got it at Galleria. So if you are wanting a paper copy, contact your favorite needlework shop and they can get one for you. Okay? All right. So what have I been up to? I don't even know. Like, life update, we made it through summer. We survived through all of that. We started school. I've got 6th grade, 4th grade, and kindergarten this year. So I think I had mentioned in my last video that this is like my first year of being home alone, which you'd think, oh, what are you gonna do with your time all day? Oh my gosh, the days fly by. Every morning is spent with like running errands, doing housework, working on new designs, or folding and stuffing charts or whatever. And then usually in the afternoon, I try to get a little stitching time in, and then poof, they start showing up. Our town does staggered starts, and then we have an early release Wednesday every Wednesday. So like on Wednesdays, my son gets home at about 1:45. So you really don't have like the whole day. And on a regular day, he's home at 2:45. So after lunch, it just poof. But things are going great. My kindergartner, after about a week and a half of school, did bring home the dreaded you-know-what. And so one by one, we all went down with that right as I was trying to prep for Galleria. But we're all fine. No one got really, really sick. I probably had it the worst, and I didn't have it too terribly. So we made it through that, and now we're doing well. We've gone apple picking. We've done some fall festivals. The weather today is beautiful. I feel like I have to sneeze, so it might come out. Wait for it. Anyway. Oh, okay. So I have some things to show you of, besides all the models that I stitched for Galleria, I have been doing some personal stitching. I have 2 fully finished items to show you. I have 2 new starts / whips, and then I have a couple goodies that I purchased here and there. So we're gonna kind of jumble up the order today. I'm gonna start with it's just me here, my fully finished items. So the big finish, if you saw Instagram like 2 months ago, I finally finished, and there's gonna be bad glare, Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate. Better over here? Nope, nope, nope. As you can see, I got the just regular glass. I wasn't gonna pay for the anti-glare because, and like archival, because it's only up for a month and a half every year. So I'm not real worried about it getting faded. But I did go ahead and take it to Michael's and got the whole thing framed. The frame is pretty simple. It does have a little bit of like the crackle to it. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see, but anyway, it does have a little bit of like a shimmer to it, like a little goldy bronzy shimmer, but I wanted something fairly traditional and simple, and I think this turned out great. So hooray, get to hang this up this year. My kids really like it, and I think they're excited to see this on the walls this year. This back. The other FFO that I have, you can probably be like, it's about time, Barbie. I finished stitching this piece. Oh goodness, I started it way back in, was it 2018 or 2019? I can't even remember what year it was. It's whatever the year was that me and Misty and Helen did our A Very Prairie Year Sal, and we started a new prairie schooler design every month. And some of them I finished. Some of them have like 10 stitches in them and have been abandoned ever since then. This was one I wanted to get finished. I did finish stitching it, I think just a little bit after that year was over, but it just sat there in my bin begging to be finished. I had the frame for it. I just couldn't figure out what fabric to put behind it when I mounted it. And I finally was just like, just do it and get it done. So this was hanging on my wall. I just took it down because I put Halloween stitching up, but it will go back up after October. So it is one of the charts from, I think it was called Autumn Leaves, maybe? It's been too long, I can't even remember. I tend to, on a lot of prairie schoolers, I brighten up the colors. This is, yeah, this I think is all DMC except for like the main color pumpkin, or main pumpkin color. And that color took me forever to find one I liked. But yeah, I just kind of in general brightened everything up. This square on the chart, I forget what it is in the middle. It's something else. But then it's one of those prairie schooler charts where they give you like 4 different things and they all fit there. And I wanted the dark background with the pumpkin. So there it is. I did end up going with, I did an Instagram poll like a year or 2 ago and was like, which fabric, felt or a plaid? I did go with the felt. It's not perfect. It's kind of, because it's so much thinner, it kind of wiggles and wobbles. And this one magnet, no, it is sticking now. I'm gonna say this was wanting to pop off, but I think I got it glued now. So I use this same frame. It's just one I got years ago at Hobby Lobby. And I have one of the winter ones that sticks in, or no. Yes, I do have one of the winter ones that sticks in here. So finally done. Those are my 2 finishes. Let's go to stuff I've purchased recently. It's not all stitching related. I hope that's okay with you. All right, so if you go to Michael's and do the whole Michael's rewards thing, if you frame something like I did this, you can rack up those rewards real fast. And for some reason, every time I'll have a rewards, it'll be like, you know, $10 or something like that. And it always seems to be the time of year where there's really not anything in their like seasonal decor. And I'm trying to pare down a lot of my decor around the house. It's more clutter to maintain. It's more clutter to dust. So I'm trying to simplify a little, although I say that and wait till you see what I bought in a minute. So I tend to end up in the yarn section, like I'm some great knitter or crocheter. And apparently the thing I like to do is collect yarn. I've done this in the past. I think I've shown you a couple colors that I'm like, these are so pretty, I'd love to make something. They're just sitting downstairs. But again, I bought, it's that, and it's this pretty soft kind of grayish mint color, which is totally a Barbie color. I mean, look at it. It's like matches this and coordinates with those. So I bought 2 of those. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but they're pretty and I can pet them and have them in my yarn collection. So there's that. I was at Target and they are starting to put out their Christmas stuff in that dollar spot when you walk in, the $1, $3, $5 spot. Do I need any more Christmas decor? Absolutely not. I have tubs of Christmas stuff. But Christmas is my favorite time of year to decorate the house and like really do it up. I do probably need to go through and get rid of some stuff this year, like force myself to do it. But I saw these and I thought they'd be cute in my kids' rooms, and they were only $3. I mean, come on. So these flocked reindeer, I don't know, I thought they were cute just to have little touches here and there. So this one will probably go in the boys' room and these two can go to my daughter. I think for $3, even if you just get one Christmas out of it, it's fine. And I could always like glue strings on them and make them ornaments or just shove them in a tree. Speaking of Christmas, I was at Walmart right before making this video because who doesn't love to go to Walmart? And they have Christmas stuff out too, and I did a quick walk by as I told myself as I was walking, you don't need anything, you don't need anything. When someone caught my eye, it's Santa. Now, my mom collects Santas, I do not. So I FaceTimed her and I said, hey, she likes tall, skinny Santas more so, I feel like. So I said, hey, do you want this Santa? She said, he's cute, but I have too many Santas, I don't need him. And I said, okay. So I hung up the phone and he just kept looking at me saying, take me home, Barbie. I'm so handsome. So I did. I think he was like, he's $5. So he'll be cute on a shelf somewhere. I don't really have a lot of Santas. I think I only have one other Santa figurine. So it's okay to have two, right? Cross stitch haul all this time. Now I did buy some fabric in the summer because I needed it for a model. But other than that, I have not bought any charts except this one, I think since Market, something like that. I've been very, very good, and I've been very tempted by a lot. Yeah, no, I bought one over the summer because it's one of my whips. But other than that, nothing. At Galleria, didn't buy a thing. Yeah, it's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. I did just order myself a little gift for surviving Galleria. I got myself a vintage owl lady bag. If you follow her on Instagram, she'll post like what she's stitching or sewing up for the day. Emily C turned me on to her, so it's her fault. But she'll post like, oh, this is the bag layout I'm doing today. And there's a couple days that I'm like, not my style. But then some days she'll post some. And the thing is, they go quick. So if you see one you like, you better be watching your phone later that night, because once she posted on Instagram that it's done, poof, it's gone like hotcakes. So she posted one, I'll have to show it to you next time. It's probably gonna get here this afternoon or tomorrow, where it's, I think it's black on the, black or dark purple. It's kind of Halloween-y, but it's like a botanical floral fabric, and it has like spider webs mixed in. So it's kind of fallish, kind of Halloween-y without being over the top of either one. And it was pretty and I liked it, so I bought it. Okay, I have to interrupt the video here because I knew it would come after I made that video, and it did. So let me show you the bag. It's super cute. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I love the botanical with the little spider webs. It's on the back too. I always do think of spiders when I think of fall because there seem to be cobwebs everywhere at this time of year. And then the top is this pretty gray and black. And look at the little zipper with the little Spidey. Cute, cute, cute. Which she always has the zipper pull is like wrapped extra special and tight and protected and tucked inside. And then on the inside is this spooky purple fabric. So I will link her Etsy shop below in case you want to watch for those bags. And like I said, follow her on Instagram if you want to get them because they go really fast. So there it is. This is the only chart I've bought though, aside from the one for my whip. And it is, no shock here, Prairie Schooler, a Merry Mini Surprise. So all those little Santas, if you watch Helen D on here, or Misty at Luminous Fiber Arts, we are doing a ornament exchange for Christmas. So I need to pick 2 of these little cuties to stitch for those guys, and I need to get on it because it's already October. But very cute. So that's my haul. Not a ton. All right, last thing, I have 2 whips. I usually like to have a project for summertime when my kids do swimming lessons at the pool at the Y. So this is one I started. Let me get out the chart. I got it in a Christmas bag. It's not Christmas, it's just a good size bag for my purse. And that was made by Helen. This is Autumn Smalls by Lizzie Kate, and I am stitching this. So I've already stitched, if you've been around, you know this, but I've already stitched spring and summer, and I've never done autumn and winter, and I need to because I keep them, still have summer up, on this little easel that I got from Michael's a couple years ago, and do just the, you know, magnets. So I have spring and summer done, and I really need to do autumn and winter because these are not hard to stitch. I just need to pick the colors, and of course I make life more difficult because I'm like, am I going to use the called for? Of course not. I'm going to dig through my bin and choose all my own colors. So I'm not going to haul them all out, but here's my wad of potential colors that are, you know, some color and cotton, some gentle art, some weeks, some random here and there. I have a very pathetic little start on this. I have a T and most of the U. I think there's like a flower. Yeah, there's a flower that goes there on the U. That's all. I think my mistake, and this is why I kind of stopped on it, this will just barely, you're on my ironing board, and it's very handy because you're just leaning against the iron, and I can set stuff on either side and pull for it. If this is the size I need, like look how close this cuts it. Could it work? Yeah. You see the little bit of extra at the top and the bottom? I think I was just in the mood of like, I want to start this. I got to get it going. And this was the only chunk of coffee tea dyed Monaco, which is what I'm trying to do all of them on, that I had. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just say, you know what? Stop. Throw this away. Go ahead and coffee and tea dye another big old chunk of Monaco because it all gets used up eventually for one thing or another. And restart that. And I think when it's bigger and fits, because I use one of these, see how nicely I put it away. I use one of these hoops to hold it when I'm on the go, one of these spring tension hoops. That's what I'm going to call it. And since it was just that little strip, it just didn't fit well in there. So I think that's going to be a restart. And if I would just buckle down and do it, I could get it done in like a week. But that hasn't been where my attention has been because I'm working on something else that I absolutely love. Let me get this away. And I want to finish it. So I'm keeping it in this Bitsy Bob from, this was a gift from Misty. As you can see, I don't buy myself bags and things very often, do I? Since the one was from Helen, this is from Misty. Thank goodness those ladies keep me in nice bags because I wouldn't have any good things. But it's one of those from That's So Kelly. And if you are on the fence about getting one of these, do it. I always thought, I can just use a Ziploc baggie. It's fine. I don't need anything special or fancy. And you don't. But man, does this make life easy and great. So let me show you. I'm not a paid spokesperson. I just love it. First of all, the fabrics are lovely. I like the little snappies. Whoop. Here's my stuff falling out. It's got, and I showed this to several people at Galleria too, because I had it out and I was stitching like on the last day when things were slow. And they're like, what is that thing? I'm like, let me show you. So it's got the fuzzy felt here, so you can stick all your threads on. And I saw Kelly today had a reel that was like, are you a neat stitcher or messy? I think we can see where I fall. It does have a magnet built in, but this one also came with a matching needle minder. So you can have those right there. And then you've got the plastic zipper pocket, so I can shove all my threads that I've chosen in there, and my little scissors and my working copy folded up of my chart. But then when I'm on the go, my chart fits in there, my folded up fabric even can kind of all like tuck in here, and I can just close it all up and bada bing bada boom, it's done. So that's my review of the Bitsy Bob. I'm pretty sure this is called a Bitsy Bob. I love it. End of story. So what am I stitching? I am doing this. It is from the Sampler Girl. It's called A Turn in the Garden. And back, oh gosh, was it June or July? I don't know. Somewhere back there, Annie B from Annie B's Folk Art and her two daughters, Chelsea and Belle, started a Jane Austen stitch along. So they said any Jane Austen themed chart. There's tons out there on Etsy. There's several in other places. I even have made a couple back when I was doing like the Little People. I had a Pride and Prejudice and a Longbourn. And I one time made a really big Sense and Sensibility one, but I discontinued that a long time ago. But anyway, I digress. I chose this one. Now, is it in your face, Jane Austen? No, but it says, "Shall we take a turn in the garden?" And I'm pretty sure that's a quote from one of the books or movies or something, because that's totally something they say. They're always taking a turn about the room or taking a turn in the garden. And it just kind of has that, you know, Regency style to it in my book. And the Sampler Girl, she has a lot of Jane Austen themed charts. I found this one on eBay. So if you know me, can I ever, again, kind of like with the Lizzie Kate, do I make things easy on myself? No. They give you a lovely list of colors. Didn't pay attention to them at all. I just looked at the front and was like, well, what colors do I want to stitch it? So that's what I've done. Again, pulling a lot of color and cotton that I have from my years in the club, just different stuff, whatever works. So I am stitching on 28 count, which is really nice to stitch on after you haven't done it for a while. It's like, oh, it's so easy. 28 count Joblin in the color Sampler Gold by Color and Cotton. I still have my needle in here with thread because I was working on it at swim lessons last night, so just have to make do with it. This is what I have so far. So here's what I've done. I've brightened up the cherries. I've brightened up the, well, not too much, the green. They have in the picture, the top and bottom borders here are like a really, I'm looking at the chart, they're kind of a variegated, like piney green almost. And that seemed too dark to me. I didn't love it. So I changed it more to an olive green tone. Their roof is like navy blue. I liked this color, kind of more of a khaki, taupey, whatever. I've changed the color on everything. I added the minty color because, see the mint mentioned from before. They have like a bright blue, and it was too jarring to me. I have also changed the garden-y area. These bushes I haven't added what color the flowers are. I think in the chart they're yellow, which I might do, or I might use the pink of the cherries. I haven't decided yet. I made the sidewalk come all the way down and made it the terracotta of the chimneys, but they have in the chart like these 3 little flower pots with like a little weird diagonal sticky up flower that I just didn't care for. So I made mine more formal with some like boxwoods, and I really love how it turned out. When I went to Galleria, I think I had the top cherries done. I didn't have the border. I had the roof, the top windows, and I had started the yellow of the house. and then I had run out of the yellow of the house, and I couldn't remember what color it was, and it wasn't in my bag, like a tag on anything. I'm like, uh-oh. So I had to, I was stitching with a couple of ladies at Galleria, and I'm like, this could be a problem because I have no idea what this soft kind of yellow color is. So I had to go through, like, I went through all my color and cottons, and then I went through my stash of weeks, or not weeks, I went through Gentle Arts first, and then I went through weeks, and I found it, because I know you're dying to know, right? It was honeysuckle. So found that because I was stressing out over it, like, oh gosh, if I can't, pale yellows are a hard color for me because they can go lemony too fast, and I'm always on the hunt. So if you are a thread dyer, some good buttery yellows. We need, I feel like, more yellows out there because it's hard to find like a buttery pale yellow for things. That was a problem I had with one of my prairie schooler houses. It took me forever to find a good buttery yellow that's just a little variegated. Anyway, so I still have to finish this border, which shouldn't take too terribly long. I have to figure out what color I want to use for the wording, but once I figure out like what color to pull into this, it's charted to use the same color as this, which I might. That would still look nice, kind of that olivey green on the sides, and then it has a few little bees buzzing around, and I think it has like a flower here, which is kind of random. I mean, I know it fills it in over there, and I'm not sure I love the heart at the bottom. It's a little cutesy for me. I don't know. So we'll see, but it's fun. Like, I know some people switching colors like this and redesigning things would drive you bonkers, and that's fine. But for me, like, this is what makes it really fun, is to make it my own, and I really love this. I would love to get this framed and stick it somewhere on the wall here behind me because I think it's so cute and it will coordinate well with all this stuff. So there's that. All right, I think that's everything. I'm gonna say it, I probably shouldn't. I'm going to try to be a little more regular with making videos. I will say that now, and it'll probably be like December the next time you see me. But I'm really, really gonna try hard with not having the kids home. I'm like, need to write it in my calendar of like, today's the day to film, and just do it. So I'm also gonna try to keep on top of doing my own personal stitching in addition to designing and model stitching, so I actually have things to show you. Imagine that. I think that's all. I hope you are having a great fall. Like I said, weather here's perfect. We got some activities this weekend coming up. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna go downstairs after lunch and start making a great big pot of potato soup, which sounds really, really good. So I hope you enjoy all the cozy weather if you have that in your area, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.